going on, everybody? It's Widget and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories, the series. Of course, we go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United. Today we have a little talk about it. And tomorrow is Judgment Day. The day of reckonings. The day where we find out the answer to the question. The question being, are we going to survive? Are we built to stay in the Premier League? Is Big Sam the answer? And I know it's Man City, and I know nobody here expects us to win. And you're probably sat there thinking that a draw is enough, but for me, I don't. I think a win is imperative. I think a win is needed to give us some sort of momentum going into these last 3 games of the season. I think we need 39 points to secure survival. And I think we need to start with a win today or tomorrow against Man City. And before we get into the nooks and the crannies, let me just take you through a little history lesson. Okay, a little history lesson into my life personally. Now, obviously, as you can hear, you know, a lot of you guys like to jump on it and hark on it. Have you ever been to Ellen Road, JT? You don't even sound like you're from Yorkshire. Well, no, I'm not actually from Yorkshire, although I have been to Ellen Road. I'm not from Leeds, I'm from London. Now, what's a Londoner at the age of 22 doing supporting Leeds? Because by the time you can actually conceive your own thoughts, well, Leeds was sat there battling promotion into the Championship and failing, and then going into administration and watching players like Pierre-Michel Lasogga try their hardest to conjure the ability to sprint, and nothing happening, really. No movement happening, being like a still image every time he tries to run. Well, actually, my dad moved to this country when he was 4 years old. He moved to London, had no affinity to any other club, so he chose Leeds United. You know, the 2 big dons at the time during the Don Revie era were Leeds and Liverpool. And thankfully, he chose Leeds, you know. And then all those years later, 30 years later, I was born. Now, when I was first born, Leeds was still in the Premier League. Now, this is where the story ties into tomorrow. Leeds played a game in 2002-2003 against Arsenal at Highbury, of which Arsenal needed to win to have a chance of winning the Premier League. Leeds needed to win to have a chance of having survival. Now, what we did is we came back, okay? Everything seemed defeated. It seemed like Leeds were destined to go down. It seemed like Arsenal, under Arsene Wenger, were destined to win the Premier League title. And they go up 2-1. And Leeds drag it back. Leeds come back with Viduka in the last gasp of the game, the dying embers of the game. Mark Viduka pings the ball top bins, and Leeds win 3-2. And as I've been told, I was hoisted up in the living room, thrown up by my dad multiple times until my head crashed into the ceiling. Now, that has a lot of importance because we stopped Arsenal. We stopped Arsene Wenger's invincible Arsenal side, which they went on to be the next year, from winning the Premier League in the last gasp of the season. Now, how poetic would it be? How magical would it be for 20 years later? I think it's actually 20 exact years later to the day for Leeds to give them one instead. To return the favour. To return the title of which we robbed from them. Or not robbed, rather took from them all those years ago. Ironically, we were giving it to Manchester United then. And this time we're going to be stripping a Manchester club of the Premier League title. How poetic would it be? Would that not just be the full circle of life right there? in a perfect 20-year loop. I mean, within those 20 years, a hell of a lot has happened. Arsenal went on to be invincible and then went on to be invisible in terms of the Premier League title race, whereas Leeds went into administration, went into League One. I mean, a lot of things have happened. A lot of things have happened. A lot of things will happen in the next 20 years. But what a perfect way to end the chapter, to end the story of Leeds going all the way down to the Championship, to League One, to administration, of Arsenal moving into a new stadium, going into disrepute. Both clubs have gone through a hell of a lot since that time. And what a perfect way it would be to end it. To surmount a charge. To claim our spot in the Premier League, while stamping Arsenal as Premier League champions. I think that would be beautiful. And the romantic inside me sees it happening. It does. The story writes itself. And there is no way this story doesn't happen. Alright, this ain't WrestleMania. The tribal chief ain't coming around the corner to stop you from finishing the story. This is happening. You can smell it. You can taste it. You can feel it in the air, baby. Leeds are going to disrupt the title race. We're going to beat Man City. We're going to stop them from winning the Premier League. We're going to hand the Premier League to Arsenal. And we're going to keep ourselves in the Premier League. It is not done. We are not out of the races yet. If we win all 4 of our games, we are safe. And that is what we need to do. And we need to start with a win against Manchester City. I know a lot of people are looking at them like they're undefeatable, unbeatable. We beat a better Manchester City team than this 2 years ago. Stuart Dallas, 2 goals. 90 plus 1 minute, slotted in behind. Pings it into the bottom corner. We beat a better side than this Man City side. I don't care what you say. That City side that we beat that year, much better than this side. Much better. I know they've got Erling Haaland. I know he's smashing goals in left, right and centre. De Bruyne. Do we know what's going to be going on with him? How's he going to be performing? They've got a big Champions League game to worry about 2 days after, 3 days after. We need to beat them. And we can. And with Big Sam in the reins. This guy's giving it all the talk. He's giving it all the chat. I'm better than Klopp. Psh. Guardiola. I wipe my shoes with Guardiola. Arteta. Psh. Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that guy? I wipe my ass cheeks with Mikel Arteta. He's giving it everything. But the question is, will he walk the walk the same way he's talking the talk? And I like it. I like the confidence. I like the shithousery. And there's a reason why you haven't seen me probably do what other people have done. And it's a bit late to say this, go into all the tactics, all this, all the stats, Erling Haaland's goals. Is he going to go 4-4-2? Is he going to line up with 2 banks of 4? Because in reality, it doesn't matter. We know what he's going to do. He's going to play Brexit ball. Route 1 football. He's going to put 2 up front. He's going to pack the midfield and the defence with 2 banks of 4. And he's going to sit there. And he's going to try and hit them on the break. And hope that our team somehow managed to conjure up the ability to actually defend. And defend set pieces. And stay concentrated. And stay hard. As David Goggins would say. We know what he's going to do. He's probably going to start Bamford up top. He'll probably partner him with Rodrigo. He'll probably put Nanto on the left. He'll probably put Harrison on the right. He'll probably put Forshaw in the middle. He'll probably partner him with Rocker. He'll probably put... to be honest, he'll probably put Voba left back. He'll probably put Cooper if he's fit. And he'll probably put Koch if he's fit. And he'll probably put Ayling if he's fit. I know people thought Christensen would start, but Ayling's English and he's Brexit through and through, mate. Therefore, I can guarantee you Luke Ayling will be playing. Plus, he knows the club. I do just realise, I was thinking about it as I said that was a very stupid assumption about Liam Cooper. Liam Cooper is actually not going to be able to play, currently being assessed, and he has been ruled out for the game, along with Stuart Dallas, Sinistra, and Tyler Adams. So it is going to be Firpo at left back, he'll probably go with, and then he'll go with Voba and Koch at the back, which I'd like to see anyway. So sorry about that. I know you guys are probably getting on to me for a second there about saying Liam Cooper was playing, and I suddenly clicked in the back of my head. I read this morning that he wasn't even fit. Man, I was going too much on a spiral of this story, of this emotional roller coaster that Leeds are on. And boy, is it emotional. Boy, is it something for the ages. But like I said, how he lines up, how that happens, doesn't really matter. All that matters is, are those players going to perform? Are we going to get the magic that we need to pull through this result? Because tactics ain't going to win you this game. Style ain't going to win you this game. Swashbuckling football ain't going to win you this game. There's only one way you win this game on Saturday. Heart, desire, grit, determination, hard work for 110% of the game, undeniable work rate, ethic, mentality, never giving in, never giving up, fighting like your life depends on it. That's the only way that you win a game like this against Manchester City and disrupt a title race in dramatic fashion. And the thing that makes it even more dramatic, the thing that makes it even more crazy, it is the first 3 p.m. game on a Saturday to be shown and broadcasted in the UK without restrictions, without the blackout, since the 60s. Now get that through your head. Since the 60s. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Leeds to be there on a 3 o'clock on a Saturday, live on TV for everyone. The world will be watching this game. The world will be watching. Leeds versus Man City, a once-in-a-lifetime game at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. On, I believe it's Sky Sports. Correct me if I'm wrong. For Leeds to disrupt the title charge and give incentive along to Arsenal to win it, and in the process keeping Leeds in the Premier League. Let me know what you guys think though. Are we going to get the job done? Are we not? Let me know down in the comment section down below. But for me, I think we're going to nick it 1-0. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below though. But for now, guys, I will see you very, very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.